I am many different things. But I'm not a good girl, not anymore. Hello, my name is Cécile Anthyme. I'm a digital pioneer. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a runner. You know the good girl syndrome? The idea that we women, we conform to certain societal norms. We often prioritize compliance. We chase perfection and self-sacrifice over personal fulfillment and autonomy. That's what I'm going to talk about today. I was 6 when a cancer took my father. That same year, my mother took us to Senegal. But I recall especially one night. We watched a folk dance with a dancer from the nearby villages. The children were asked to go on the stage one by one. My sister, brave and unhesitant, joined in. Then my turn came in. I couldn't move. I was paralyzed by shyness. I couldn't go to the stage. What I didn't know was that it was a privilege to be asked, and my hesitation was an insult to the locals. The day after, I really regretted. It was like a missed opportunity. That moment, even small, was a catalyst for me. It taught me the value of stepping beyond the familiar boundaries, of trying despite of the fear. Growing without my father, it was the woman in my life, my mother, my grandmother, who taught me that you can be independent, strong and vulnerable at the same time. When the digital era started, e-commerce sector. I was fully dedicated in starting a digital business from nothing. A true test of belief in the possible. It was there that I learned to become a leader. I started a new journey in a new branch. I put all my heart and soul in this new digital initiative. After 4 years and the birth of my second child, I needed a change. Returning to work after each of my pregnancies was a challenge. In Sweden, where I've been living those past 25 years, we are fortunate to have one of the most generous parental leave systems, with more than 400 days of parental leave. But it is also a double-edged sword. Spending a year away from work, from your teammates, your colleagues, your boss, it meant also to come back to a workplace that has changed, where my position had either been shifted, split, or reorganized. Upon my return, I had to start over, to rebuild from scratch. Despite my previous contributions, I felt invisible, like all my past effort had vanished. It is quite demoralizing to feel like another cog in the machine, easily replaced. From that experience, I have learned that growing means learning new skills for myself, to become better, and because it's fun. Breaking free from the good girl syndrome, where instead of pleasing others and following the rules, you do it for your own personal sake, to increase your own personal value. In my everyday life, I rarely reflect about the gender stereotypes, like when a carpenter assumes that my husband is the only decision maker for decisions at home. Even if I stand beside him, I'm fully transparent. Or when a flight staff at a lounge only addressed to my husband, believing he is a VIP member, and after 5 minutes, he realized that it was me. We often just smile at these moments and move on, not giving them a second thought. But they might carry a deeper narrative. I listen to voices like Tonya Singh presenting what none of us will admit about gender stereotype, based on a research that shows that at 5 years old, both girls and boys attribute their good grades to being smart. By the age of 7, there is a noticeable shift. Boys often credit their good grades to their own inner abilities, whereas girls tend to credit their hard work. It is defined as the gender confidence gap. I recognize my own struggle in the gender confidence gap, how I saw my own worth. I have always wanted the best for myself, in my career, in my personal life, in my study, laboring under the belief that tireless effort was the key to success. A few years back, when I was at the top of my career, with a job that was both my dream and my challenge, I was pushed to the limit. I was everything to everyone, and a personal crisis hit, and I saw my health losing 10 kilos in 1 month. My sleep fell apart, and I was like a zombie. Remarkably, this went unnoticed in my professional world. Nowadays, I'm part of Volvo Group, and with a great people and culture, I don't think this will happen here. But also, I treat myself much better. I secure my own time, my own pleasure, and I have come to realize that perfection is an elusive goal. I don't need to be the best mother, daughter, sister, leader, colleague, friend, all at once. Sometimes I excel as a friend, sometimes I excel as a mother, and sometimes I excel as a colleague. In this time, I let go of the good girl, stopping to constantly pushing myself harder, having fear of making mistakes, recognizing that this pursuit of perfection is both unrealistic and unsustainable. Based on my experience, if I may give you 3 pieces of advice. I will first give you the advice to be your own best friend. Believe in yourself and start today. Secondly, chase your passions, not perfection. And thirdly, seek out allies and mentors who can support you in your journey. As I once hesitated as a child, I missed a step into a dance circle. I have learned to move, to dance, to speak, despite of the discomfort. We can all together take a step out of our comfort zone and dance confidently on the stages of technology. So let us dance, not to the expectation of the good girl, but to the powerful rhythm of our own ambitions. Just as a beat of the djembe drum still echo in my heart, we all need to find our way to take the step, daring to find our own dance.